Hello, everyone. I've decided today to take on a undertaking because it's been a while since the game Black Ops 4 came out, and I've seen a lot, like a lot of discussion about whether or not Black Ops 4 is like the worst zombies game ever. And I find this to be, frankly, unwarranted. And I'm here to show you why. In front of me, I have a tier list of every Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies map, and we're going to be ranking them and giving it the least benefit of the doubt possible. We're going to be ranking these as like the worst way possible. We're going to go off general consensus. We're going to go off what most people think about these maps, and then we're going to give it the reverse benefit of the doubt. So if I think that most people think that Classified is a B tier map, we're going to put it in D tier, which is swapped with C tier for some reason. Whoops. Do, 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 do. And there. Ha. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. And by the end of this, I think you'll realize it's really not so bad that you think it is. All right. So let's start off with one of the first maps that released, Voyage of Despair. I think most people would say this is a D tier map. I feel like most people would think this is a D tier map. Um, but a lot of people absolutely hate it, especially for the Easter egg, the planet Sep. No, horrible. So we're gonna give it the opposite benefit of the doubt. We're gonna say it's an F tier map. F tier, horrible. Off to a great start. Next up, we have Blood of the Dead. A lot of people think this is a pretty average map. A few people really hate it though. So we're gonna put it in D tier, and it's gonna be at the back of the pack in D tier, as far D as it can, but not quite F. I think that's fair with what we're going with here. Next up, we have Classified. I think most people think Classified is a decent map. I think they think it's pretty much B tier, maybe C tier. We're gonna go with C tier here, giving it the reverse benefit of the doubt there. Mid C tier, I'd imagine, um, because the 150 Easter egg, round 150, getting the cutscene. I feel like a few vocal people believe that it's a horrible Easter egg, and why would you put an Easter egg around 150? It's a stupid thing. It wasn't meant to be like a thing that you're supposed to go for and try to find. It was a little neat thing for people who got to around 150. The fact that they added it in at all onto 5, a map that had nothing previously, mind you, I think that's pretty cool. I don't think that it should be degraded for adding something to the original for people who go for extremely high rounds, like round 150. So I don't think that's a valid criticism. If that criticism was valid to me, I think this would be a C tier map, and then it would be given the benefit of the doubt to the D tier. But I don't think that's a valid criticism at all. So we're going to go to C tier, and that's the benefit of the doubt. Okay, next up we have 9. A lot of people think 9 is an A tier map. Some think it's an S tier map. There's a group of people who really think this is S tier. I feel like most people think it's A tier. But enough people think it's S tier where, and you can be mad at me for this if you want. I think it needs to stay in A tier because I don't think anyone's arguing that this is like a C tier map. A D. People are saying it's either A or it's S. So I think keeping it in A is giving it the benefit of the doubt by not putting it into S. So 9, that's an A tier map. Next up, we have Dead of the Night. This one is probably one of the most contested. Some people think it's a pretty good map. Some people think it's a kind of bad map. And some people think it's just kind of mediocre. I think the general consensus, more or less, is that it should probably go right here. We're making a line. But benefit of the doubt. So we're going to put this behind Classified in the C tier. I think that is reasonable. Pretty reasonable. Alpha Omega, it's an F tier. Yeah, it people don't like it. I feel like being as generous as possible. It's a mid D tier. It's definitely an F tier for our purposes. Not good at all. Ancient Evil. Oh, excuse me. Where did Ancient Evil go? There it is. Sorry. A lot of people think this should be an S tier map. A lot of people think it should be an A tier map. Some people think it should be a B tier map. Let's meet in the middle so that it's a little worse than 9, but it's A tier. And we have tagged or toten. This one, it's actually the hardest one, other than Dead of the Night, I think. It's very confusing. Some people think tagged or toten absolutely sucks. It's F tier. It's horrible. Get it off the screen. I never want to see it again in my life. Some people think that it's not so bad. It's about B tier, not A tier. About B tier maybe. So I feel like if we're trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, we're gonna put this it's gonna be C tier. And I think, where's its placement in C tier? Is it better than Dead of the Night? Is it worse than Dead of the Night? I don't actually know. I think general consensus is that it's probably better. We're not looking at this through the lens of like, oh, well, this is the last map in the story, so it's better or it's worse, or like this map isn't even part of the Aether story, so we don't care about it. No, we're talking about how people think about the maps, the gameplay, how it is. Is it fun? Is it boring? Is it horrible? And I think it's a little better than Dead of the Night to most people. So that's where we're going to put it. Okay, so we've got our tier list here. No S's, no B's either. But it's A's and it's C's and some F's too, for good measure. Unrelated note, let's make a Black Ops 2 tier list really quickly. We're going to speed around this. Video's 8 minutes, give or take. Let's start with transit. A lot of people think, and for this one, we're going to go the opposite way. In Black Ops 4, I went backwards with the bet. We're going to go forwards. We're going to put this tier list in the best possible light. Okay? So transit, a lot of people think it's an F tier map. I think a vast majority of people probably think it's an F tier map. But if we're being serious, it's really not. It's like D tier. We're going to go up, though. It's C tier. Okay, and farm, I wouldn't really rank these even. And then town and bus depot, these aren't the rankings. I'm just putting them there. I wouldn't even rank these personally, but farm, everyone, bus depot first, actually. It's pretty F tier. We're going to go up, though, to D tier because we're being nice. Farm, I think it's pretty average. I think farm, if we're giving it the benefit of the doubt, is better than transit, which is saying something. Town's an easy A tier. Most people would probably put it in B. We're going to go up and go A. Okay. And honestly, it could even go to S, and we'll consider it. But for now, it's A. Giving it the benefit of the doubt. Next up is Nuketown. It's a very bad map. And some people do advocate for it, saying that it's a very good map for learning how to train in tight spaces, and it's unique. So we're going to put it in D tier, and we're going to put it in front of Bus Depot. And we're going to leave it at that. Next, we have Die Rise. Pretty terrible. But some people do swear by it. So we're going to go behind Transit. Better than Nuketown. I think that's fair. Buried. I think most people would put this square in B. Let's go up, though. And it's better than Town. I think we can agree. Mob of the Dead, S tier. Origins, S tier. Don't even have to think about it. Okay, here's our Black Ops 2 map ranking. You might not agree with it personally, but I'm trying to give this the most benefit of the doubt as possible. And I think I've done just that. Now, let's go back to that Black Ops 4 tier list really quickly. Let's imagine that S is 5, A is 4, B is 3, C is 2, D is 1, and F is 0. Let's count. We got 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. These two don't count. We have 15 on Black Ops 4. 10, 18, 21, 23, 25, 26, 27. 27 for Black Ops 2. So we got 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. 15 versus 28. That's a pretty big spread, isn't it? That is a pretty big spread, indeed. But now realize that Black Ops 2 is considered by many the best zombies game, bar none. And Black Ops 4 is supposed to be the worst zombies game, bar none. But what's 28 minus 15? It's 13. 13. That's 2 S tiers and a C tier. That's the difference. 2 S tiers and a C tier. Well, let's think about this. Well, a lot of people, they wouldn't put 9 in A, would they? They'd put it in S, honestly. And I feel like Ancient Evil, same way. And I mean, to be honest, I don't think Classified should be in C, do you? I mean, it's a pretty decent B tier map. But of course, we were giving it the benefit of the doubt before. So let's look at this again, actually. 10, 13, 15, 17, 18. What? 18. Interesting. And, well, 18 to 28, that's only a difference of 10. That's not as much as before. Huh. But, honestly, if we're being realistic here, because we were giving this the benefit of the doubt in the other direction, right? Bus Depot? No, that's an F tier map. Of course it's an F tier map. Die Rise, Transit, these can stay here. Transit's probably D tier. And I don't think Transit should have been better than Die Rise to begin with, but the individual rankings don't really matter. We're talking about tiers. Transit should be D tier. I think most people can agree with that. And, well, if we're being honest, Farm's not really a B tier map, is it? Really? No. No, it's not. So 10, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24. 24 versus 18. Oh, well, that's only a 6-point spread. So you're telling me that the difference between Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 2 is just 6 points. Huh. Weird. Worst zombies map? Game? Okay.